I'm Destiny Dunn, and I'm interviewing Lynn Wright about the 60s. What was the main problem going on in the 60s, either political or economically?
Racial violence.
What was the style that everyone wore, clothing-wise?
I'm sorry.
What was the style like? Like, what did everybody wear? What was in?
Okay. Mini skirts, bright clothes, Nehru jackets, short shorts, and what we call pedal pushers that are now called crop pants.
Do you feel like technology has advanced a lot since then?
Oh yes, very much so.
And what do you have now that you wish you had in the 60s?
I wish the world was like it was in the 60s because families were very important. Families stayed together. God was in school, and there was more
So
peace
tell us
than
about
there is
John
now.
F. Kennedy. What were you doing, and how did it affect you?
Okay, I was in the 8th grade, and it was after lunch, and the principal came across the intercom system and announced that President John F. Kennedy Jr. had just been assassinated in Dallas, Texas. School was immediately dismissed, and I remember riding my bicycle home, and as soon as I got home, my mother had the TV on, and it was all over the news about his assassination. The whole country mourned him. Certainly it was a terrible loss, but he was a young president with a beautiful family, and for something like this to happen was just so tragic. And for nothing for several days nonstop. It was nothing but about President John F. Kennedy Jr. There were memorials around in our local town and other cities throughout the United States. It was just a very sad time for our country.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Mr. Clarence. Mr. Clarence, I have a few questions. And one of them is, where were you at when JF Kennedy was assassinated?
At work, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Florida. Ohio.
And how did people take it?
We was all shocked. But most of us liked him.
What was the style in the 60s? Like, what did people wear?
Well, you better hold up on that one. Seems to me like that was the decade of the
There
miniskirts.
she is. You don't mind me being in a house coat, do you?
No, I'm good.
Do you hear me?
No, please repeat that.
I said I think it was a decade of the miniskirts.
Yep, that's what Lynn was telling us. Do you think that technology has improved a lot since the 60s?
What, technology?
Yes.
Oh yes, oh yes.
What is one thing that you have now that you wish you had in the 60s?
Cell phone.
And what is one economically or political thing that we have now overcome, but we had problems in the 60s with?
Race. Between the blacks and the whites. Race.
Okay, thank you so much.